We lost Artie Lange. He ran out of here.
Get in there, Artie. Where you been?
Jay Williams in studio. Vic Henley in studio. There he is. Artie Lange.
There he is. There you go. Okay.
First thing he said to me, you lost me a lot of money. I said, you were betting on the wrong guy. What do you want me to say?
Oh, did I hate Duke? But I like you.
Yeah. Well, Artie teased the audience right before break. So,
right. Hey, well, I had to do this for you, Opie. Since I'm with Artie, you guys know we're having this great thing, Vic. Thank you.
No
You're my man. Big fan of yours.
Everyone loves Vic Henley.
No. We just met.
They love Vic.
I'm a big fan of Opie, though. So I had to bring you a nice little bottle.
Jesus.
I heard you're about to tell a story about going off the wagon, though. So.
Yeah, don't do that.
What do you want me to do?
Do you have any blow?
Not here on me right now.
Yeah, the phone. Put a bet in.
I got my guy Opie a little bottle of Macallan 12. I figured, are you allowed to have
I'll take
a sip here? Is that allowed to happen? I don't know.
Well, I don't know if I would do it in front of Artie.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
going to do it in front of Artie. I just want to see what happens. This is a great social experiment.
You don't want to see what happens.
Let's cue up some sounds of a motorcycle crash.
I ride in trucks now, Vic, okay?
Jason, if I take a sip of that right now, by tomorrow morning at 9, I'll be running guns to Cuba.
I'll be with him.
It's not like it's not already happening.
We got a Seminole Indian waiting for us in
I think out of
Okeechobee.
respect to Artie, I wouldn't do it in front of him.
I'm kidding.
It's Artie. Artie, what do you want me to do?
Your problems are not my problems. My problems aren't your problems.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
Nick, we're already going with the motorcycle thing already.
Well,
I'm
you've
glad
got to bring
we
in a
bonded
bottle.
for the first
You're
3
bringing
minutes
in a
of this
bottle
whole
of
thing.
scotch next to my boy.
It was for my guy Opie. I want to give him a good bottle of scotch. What do you want from me?
Jay was on a team, a Duke. Okay, let me tell you. The first round.
Artie, is this really okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
do that.
All right. Okay. All right.
I don't know if
So,
this is
still not
okay.
sure,
If we were on
I don't know
air,
if this is okay.
it's very okay.
All right.
Well, call me in an hour. Jay was on a Duke team that was incredible, like they always are.
Won the national championship.
Exactly.
We did.
So
We
the
did.
first round of the tournament, Duke always played like fuckhead state. No, I can't have that.
I got you water. Artie. I gave you some water.
All right.
No, it did look like the O'Shell game for a second.
You started to run away from me.
I don't know if this is all right.
All right.
Oh, wow. Wait.
So they always play the first round. The number 1 seed plays the 16 seed. Okay?
Yeah.
And they were number 1, and they play like, jerk off state from wherever. That just makes it to the tournament. They were giving,
That was a hell of a team.
You were giving 60. I think they were giving 61 points. I would always bet the other team. I would get drunk and I would go around the bar going, I'm up 61-0. I'm winning 61-0. I would go to Hot Chicks. I go, I'm going to have $10,000 in about 2 hours. I'm up 61-0. And then I'd watch him and the rest of the fucking Krzyzewski coach fucking methodically do like high pick and rolls.
Sure.
And win like by 63 points.
I wish you would have called me. I would have chimed in, helped me make some money with you.
Who knew I could call you?
Was it really
63 points they won by? I lost by 2 points.
And you had 61.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I lost with the VIG. I lost 11. With the VIG was $11,000.
Yeah.
$11,000. So thanks for the booze.
I'm glad I brought you to a happy place, Artie.
Magnificent law.
That's nice.
As soon as I walk in, they're like, "Yeah, Artie's going to tell a story about getting off the wagon." I'm like, "Oh shit! I probably shouldn't have brought the Macallan on."
Enjoy
today.
enjoy
The wrong day to bring that in.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy it, bud.
Thank you so much. I might give that to Vic.
I'm not a Scotch guy. No,
Listen,
no.
you guys are still walking down that dead end street. That's fine.
So I'm like the fucking trombone player in Animal House.
How much I missed you guys.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
How come you guys all don't do a show together? What the
Well,
hell's up with
I
that?
got you won't remember this either. I got sent out by the Best Damn Sports Show the year you were drafted. Remember Jason Williams, the white Jason Williams?
White
course.
chocolate, yeah.
But he acted
My
like
ex-girlfriend was on that show, Carissa Thompson. You remember
oh,
her?
really? Who?
Carissa Thompson, blonde hair.
Yeah,
she was hot. Yeah,
She aggravated my uncle.
Whatever happened to that one
Broadcaster?
up?
yeah.
Whatever happened to the white Jason Williams? He was
Well,
amazing.
I don't know. He was great, though.
He
He
was
was on
an amazing
Sacramento.
player. He was
So
playing overseas somewhere.
I asked you a question.
He's still playing.
He
Yeah.
was like an Eminem guy, you know. I asked you a
One badass white basketball player. He's Eminem type of guy.
I asked you a question. I said, how are you mad that the white Jason Williams talks more black than you do, the black Jason Williams?
Yeah.
And you looked at me like the perfect thing you could have said. You go, so what does a black guy sound like? What's that mean? And I went, like, come on, motherfucker.
You see this on television?
And it was the first. And the guy handling like the player, like, get out, get the fuck out. You were cool about it.
I don't care about it.
You said the perfect thing. You said, "What's a black guy sound like?"
it's easy to get emotional during comments like that.
Well, I mean, I was risking getting my ass
with
kicked.
the heightened, society issues right now.
What happened to Jason? Well, nowadays especially.
He's 40 years old, and you're saying he's playing overseas.
He was playing for a while. His son, though, by the way, is like little White Chocolate Jr.
Really?
He's destroying kids at some kind of Florida grammar school, just embarrassing. There's Vine videos of him already.
He's that good, huh?
Better than LeBron's son.
Yeah. Yeah, I would take him against LeBron's son right now.
LeBron has a son.
LeBron has two sons. They're both good, but the one is way better than his brother.
I almost said an insert athlete joke that we know about, but I probably shouldn't say that about LeBron.
Yeah.
The best.
What were we going to say?
Two that we know about. That was a joke. That didn't go over well.
Delonte West kids?
Oh, my God.
Wow, he went
That's
there.
my favorite rumor in the sports history.
Can you imagine that, being on the same team with somebody that's rumored to be sleeping with your mother?
I can't imagine it.
It's classic.
LeBron is the strongest guy mentally. Like, people wonder, to me, what do you say to your mom?
Yeah.
What do you say to Delonte West? Like, dude, what the fuck? That's not cool.
Right. And then he throws away the playoffs, basically, that year.
Yeah.
Remember when he ripped off his jersey? He was like, I'm done with Cleveland.
And that's where Delonte got arrested for being on his motorcycle, I heard about, with a shotgun.
Yeah. He's stable. I mean, but you want to hang out with Delonte. He didn't fuck a bench player's wife. He fucked the guy's mother.
Is he still in the league?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I haven't. I don't know.
By the way, I wanted to ask you guys a question.
He fucked his probation officer's mother.
Artie,
did you do that? I think that one.
Everybody can help him. He fucks their mother.
You just go deeper and deeper and deeper.
You're not familiar with his work?
I fucked my lawyer's mother.
See?
Everyone who could help me, I just fucked their mother.
It's a trend.
Like, the judge gives him a break. Your Honor, do you have a mother?
Thank you.
Where does she live?
Where does she live? I can beat me to it.
To me, how do you guard LeBron James? To me, as he's shooting, just go, Delonte West fucked your mother.
Yeah.
I believe that was going on.
Yeah, it's some mental games with him or something.
I believe that was going on. You don't know what was being mumbled at the free throw line. If I knew that, I'm saying if I'm on the opposition, for goddamn sure.
When you hear the trash talk, supposedly Jordan and Bird were like the best guys, it was unbelievably funny, too.
Artie, I used to hear the best shit about Dennis Rodman, though. So Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, we were talking about him before.
Yeah. He had the best gift ever because he was just awkward, right? So he would box people out. Or he'd be with you on the free throw line. Yeah. And he'd be ready to box you out. But I cannot wait to grind my butt around your dick. He would say it to people, and he would try to do it. Or if he was behind you, he would hump up on you, and he would get people to start fights. Can you imagine that?
No.
On the court, a guy just rubbing all over you like, just moaning in your ear trying to get a rebound.
I would go, okay, you know what, you take the rebound.
Exactly. That's why he got like 10 plus rebounds a game.
Well, he told us on Stern, he came into Stern once, he said that him and Carmen Electra, she would put a strap on and choke him.
No.
And I said, Dennis, you're using that equipment wrong. Carmen Electra, he goes, strap on. And then he caught himself going, oh, no, I don't do that. I'm like, no, you do.
No, you
already said it.
Puts a strap on.
Too late, right.
Who looks at Carmen Electra and goes, strap on?
Yeah, no.
Get a fake dick around you. Let's get a fake cock on you immediately.
That's what you're missing.
You are hot. Let's get a fake dick on you pronto.
Artie, how was she?
I've been waiting for this day.
How was she? Did you ever interview her? How was she in person? Tell me some stories.
I did Hollywood Squares with her.
She's all right.
We
didn't get much out of her on our show back.
No,
but sometimes I feel like you see these girls on TV, and then you see them, you're like,
She was really
she was
hot, though.
She was hot.
Oh my God.
Vic, can you get involved in this fucking conversation, please?
I don't know something. No, I try to chime in.
I was on the Hollywood Squares when I did the sitcom with Norm with her, and it was me, Gilbert, and I was in the middle, and Gilbert, and Whoopi Goldberg said to me, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm great. I'm Carmen Electra. I'm on top of Carmen Electra, something like that." And Whoopi Goldberg laughed at that, and then I got every question wrong the entire week. I could not have looked stupider. I cost a woman $8,000.
Good for you.
The question was, who did Bill Clinton say is his favorite person of the 20th century? And I was being such an asshole. I said to this poor woman, I said, I know this for a fact, and I didn't. I said, I just saw an interview with him. Without question. It's Ghandi. I just saw an interview with the guy. And she goes, wow, I'll agree with Artie. The guy goes, Ferguson goes, ooh, JFK. Talk to the audience booing. I cost her $10,000. And Carmen Electra said, That was nasty.
She didn't appreciate that.
She got turned on. She would have fucked Gilbert instead of
I'm not mad at these pictures, though.
Jay, I got to ask
there you go. Look at that.
How do you look at that and go, yeah, that needs a dick?
Like, you look at it and go, let's go. Wait.
Well, you should look at that and say that, whatever. But, I mean, to put it...
What size fake dick are you?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you at, 25 waist?
How do you rate size of dicks?
I don't know.
You asked the question. I don't know.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Let me see if I have your size.
If she called me up and said, come over, I would have to mail her my orgasm. I wouldn't make the door. I'd have to FedEx the door.
So, Artie, what happened to you? You teased something.
Steers it back.
Well, I was doing all right.
I got to steer it back because, I don't know.
I was doing all right.
People are killing me on Twitter. They're like, what about Artie's story?
I was doing all right, and then a college basketball player brought me a scotch.
Former Duke Blue Devil.
Yeah, former guy cost me a lot of money. Okay, in February, in December, I did a gig in Boston. And again, Vicola Tesla's being on the road, you meet, especially being on Stern, you meet some ladies who are above your pay grade, who are willing to fuck you. Like, if I was a plumber, you don't get these women. But, I might let them think I'd mention their website on the biggest radio show.
That could work. That could work.
Look, Tanya, what is your website? Write it down.
Then you sneak it in.
So I had about 8 cities. I was living like, I was having way more sex than someone who looks like me should have. But I was really making up for lost time. In about 8 cities, I had chicks who would meet me in hotels, and I'd get them a room at the hotel, and I would just go do the gig, and I didn't have to deal with anybody. And I'd go, and I'd say, let's get that website down, and I'll make sure I mention it, and I'd fuck her. I'd give her the worst 4 seconds of her life. And then go back to my room and watch SportsCenter. You're talking about the greatest life ever. So I've been good for a long time, for a few years, and in February, in December of last year, I do a gig in Boston. And one of those girls, a beautiful girl, with like a Boston accent, like a Southie accent, sound like Donnie Wahlberg. To me, that's sexy. That
she sound like Donnie Wahlberg?
She was like, come on, rip your cock off. Fucking Southie.
The accents up there, man.
So hot.
Yeah.
Real tits.
Oh, you really like the accent?
I thought you were being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I
love
the accents up
it.
in Boston.
It's not
no offense, but I loved Boston, but not the...
It's not like a strap-on.
Yeah.
She shows up. It's the devil. She's 38 years old. I met her when she was 23, and she still looked great. And the devil is a hot chick with blow, man. And I started talking to her, and unbeknownst to the people I was with, after the show, I hung out with her, and it started a run, like about a month run, where I was taking her on the road and telling her I'd marry her. She had some mouths to feed, and I was bad. And I said, I got to slow this down. So I got arrested for possession without intent because I had stuff on me in February. When I got out of jail, I got right back on, and I've been clean ever since. AA meetings to me, it's like a mathematical equation. If I go to 4 of them a week, I'm fine.
Right.
As long as no one brings a scotch into a radio show.
I'm glad I'm highlighting your life right now.
I'm kidding.
For the second time.
If you give me the 10 grand, that's fine. So,
what about the VIG? You know what the VIG? The VIG's on you.
I'll cover the
VIG's on you because you were gambling. That's your fault.
I'll cover the VIG.
All right.
Now, a woman cop was in charge of putting me in a cell, and women cop generally don't like me. I need a male cop,
Why?
Because they're Stern fans. It's like you know how many times I've been pulled over since I've been on Howard? Like guys go, "Do you know you were doing 90 in a 35, Artie?" Sometimes they have books in their car in case they pull me over. I have your book in my car. Like, you have the book,
Right?
in case I pull you over.
I knew I was going to pull you over eventually.
I said that doesn't say much for me.
Yeah.
So I go into jail cell, and this is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. Very disturbing. I had a cellmate, and he was a very large, of Hispanic descent. I think a Puerto Rican gentleman, and he was about 300 pounds. There's one toilet, and it's right next to the bunks, And I somehow fell asleep because I still had some heroin in me, and I fell asleep, thank God, because it was a living hell. I wake up about 4 in the morning, and there's something resting on my forehead, and I thought it was like a tumor or something. I don't know what it was. I grab it. This guy is taking a shit, and his knee, while he's taking a shit, is resting on my forehead. I'm going to repeat that.
Is this really? Yeah. Wait.
The guy's knee, while he's taking a shit,
is resting on your forehead.
On my forehead. And he was very comfortable.
Right.
Like it had a red mark. It must have been an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you do in a situation like that?
Reading a magazine. I say, excuse me.
Of course.
Here's what I do.
Keep your head stable. Keep your head stable.
300-pound ring guy. Excuse me, sir. Your knee seems to be on my forehead while you're moving your bowel. And it stunk like I'm trying to describe.
Just the thought.
And then what happened was about 5 seconds into it, like he released. He let it go, and I felt his knee jiggle on my forehead, and I didn't know how to diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
I didn't know, I didn't say anything for a long time.
Right.
I was frozen, and he was just like, I think he saw my eyes. I was awake, and he didn't care.
Right.
I just said, "You through? Everything all right?" I guess, are you done?
Wet nap.
What else can you do in that situation?
He looked at me and he said, "Oh, my bad."
All right.
I said, "Okay, you're bad," and he got the knee off, and it was kind of like it was so hot, like the skin was kind of metallic at you, and it peeled off my forehead.
God.
Yeah, so we had another 4 hours in the cell, and I said, you're done. It's not like the runs, do you? But it was the casual attitude that he had of he saw I woke up, and he just because he had a lot of he was looking at 15 years, and sometimes you give up at some point. Some people think jail is not a deterrent. Oh my God, I've been there. It's a massive deterrent.
Yeah. I
was in LA County for a month and a half in 1996, and I showered in between a blood and a crip who were mad at each other. I was never so happy to be fat and ugly in my fucking life. I don't look like Blair Underwood. So I don't know how people say jail's not a deterrent.
Were you scared that he was going to beat you up or something?
No, because I was being very polite.
Right.
I always wanted to say, I was like, you want me to turn around? You need a colder spot, like the cooler side of the pillow?
Artie, let me ask you a question. So if you're in between the blood and the crip, which one do you face? Or which one are you afraid?
I look straight ahead.
Just don't pay attention to anybody?
I said, I showered 3 times in a month and a half because it's optional sometimes.
Right.
And so I wouldn't go in there. But the guy finally said, look, you got to shower. I said, are people complaining about me? Do I stink too fucking much?
Why do you really have to shower in jail?
The guy next to me in the cell next to me was there for 9 years waiting murder trial. And he taught me how to make a pussy out of a piece of toilet paper.
Good.
You take the cardboard out and you put it in damp, warm water, and you fuck the thing.
Right. Oh, that's all it is. That's all it is. I thought there was more to it.
He said,
I could have figured that out.
He said the word lukewarm.
God.
How do you work lukewarm? And then, but he said to me, he goes, Artie, you would never go back to real pussy.
I beg to differ, my friend.
I had this exactly. I said, what pussy are you getting? I had this exact conversation with the guy. Let me make sure I got it straight in my head. Okay, this is what he says. He goes, it don't bitch. It don't complain. It don't spend your fucking money. It don't fuck your friend. I go, she fucked your friend? I go, yeah, man. Why do you think I'm in here? I go, did you kill her? He goes, no. I go, well, why you? He goes, because I killed my friend.
Ouch.
I said, dude, you're screaming this. The guards can hear it. I said, I better not be going to testify.
Right. I didn't hear that.
Did he admit to killing his friend? That's the exact conversation I had.
Do you laugh? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to react.
I was in my own cell, so I laughed.
Of course.
You're not showering, Pedro, are you? Right. It don't bitch.
That's funny.
It don't complain.
Morgan Spurlock's outside the studio peeking in. So we should get him in really
Let
fast.
him in. Yeah, get him in here.
Open the door, get Morgan Spurlock in. He's got a new documentary, Jason Williams, on rats.
I just saw it.
On rats.
You saw it?
It's unbelievable.
I loved it. Morgan, sorry to make you wait there, buddy.
Morgan, how are you?
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. I've known him for 20 years, this kid.
We've all known him forever.
You want to sit here? Yeah, why don't you sit here?
No, we're good.
What's up, Morgan?
We got enough seats.
Nice to meet you.
You do?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, good to see you.
Do you want a glass of scotch? We're having a...
I like where your guys' heads at's already.
Sit down.
Yeah, if I do that, I'll have a person's knee resting on my forehead.
First, when you said knee, I thought it was something else.
I thought
it was a code word for something else.
I would not have told that story.
When we heard it was a knee, we were all relieved. I was thinking of warm shit, and then I was thinking the penis, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sure,
right there,
you're not hearing that story.
Hanging like a baby's arm.
Right. Morgan, a bunch of us have seen Rats.
Awesome.
It's so well done.
I tweeted about it.
Thanks.
This movie is so damn good. I'm a huge fan of documentaries to begin with, but you made a horror documentary.
Yeah.
The music is unreal. It's scary. It's
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, our editor Pierre Takal, who is also our composer, like he'll edit during the day and then go home and compose at night to score music just for him to cut to the next day. I mean, the guy is a genius.
Oh, no kidding.
When your composer's name is Pierre, you're in good shape.
That's right.
No, wait, Morgan, I haven't seen this. So for people out there who haven't seen it, tell me about what it is.
So Rats is a movie. A friend of mine, Josh Braun, optioned the book by Robert Sullivan, New York Times bestselling book.
I read this book.
Came out a few years ago.
Legit, huh?
It's a whole book about rats in
New York City.
And basically, rats weren't supposed to ever be in this country. They came over
on ships. They came over on ships.
Well, that's how the plague. Is that true with the plague? Is that
right.
rumor's true? Like one rat brought the plague.
Yeah,
over.
It carried it on. Within the fleas, killed 200+ million people.
Wow,
I mean, remarkable. And so. So he optioned this book and brought it to me and said, "What do you think about making this into a movie?" And like, I'm a lifelong horror fan. Like, I had parents in the 70s who took me to see shit you'd never take kids to see, like The Exorcist and Omen and Carrie and Scanners. And when Michael Ironside made that guy's head explode in Scanners, it changed my life. Like, I was like, that was the moment where I was like, I want to make movies.
That is a great movie moment.
It was fantastic. Yeah. And so I've had this lifelong love affair with horror films ever since. And so I went back to Josh after I read the book and I said, I love it. What if we made a horror documentary? And he's like, how would we even do that? And I said, I don't know, but let's figure it out, because I think that we could make something really scary. Let's take it out of New York and make it a global movie. And we just started researching stories, and the more stories we found, the more weird things we found, the more excited we got. And yeah, I mean, we're really proud of the movie. It came out awesome.
It's unbelievable. I love this damn thing. Yeah. And the guy with the cigar who's been fighting rats in New York City for 48 years.
Ed Sheehan.
It's a guy in a room and he's just talking about his time, just trying to fight the rats in New York, and he's just smoking a cigar and telling his stories. And he even said after 48 years, was it?
It's 49 now. It'll be 50 next year. Yeah.
He goes, look, if I see a rat tomorrow, I'm still going to jump back. And I've been fighting these things for 48 years.
They're in PEDs. These in New York City rats. They're in PEDs. Huh? They're massive, these rats here.
They're big.
They're massive.
He reminded me of, this guy Sheen reminded me of Quint and Jaws.
I'm talking about rats.
But this is the best part. See, Artie hit the nail on the head.
Chasing after mice.
But in January, when the movie got greenlit,
talking about working for a living, I'm talking about rats.
This is it. When the movie got greenlit, see, I so appreciate that Artie said that. When the movie got greenlit, I said I want to find Quint. I said I want to find the guy on the Orca who's talking about 200 guys went into the water. I said let's find that guy, and that's exactly what we said.
3 of us fell in the sewer.
And we were calling every exterminator in New York City. We said I'm looking for this guy. Who's the guy that's got all the stories? That's been doing this for decades. And everybody's like, oh, you got to call Ed Sheehan. Ed Sheehan. All roads led to Bay Ridge. And
I hate to fucking burst your bubble. That guy's in UCB. He's an actor. He's done the rat guy for years.
Years. Cultivated it when he was an improv.
Yeah, I saw him at the comic strip. He's actually he has this voice. Imagine if.
His name's actually Pierre.
It's so weird. Circle.
Imagine if Quint was a rat guy.
I don't want to know if he has a family. I don't want to know if he has kids.
You don't care.
Kill my rats.
This guy's such a heavy in the movie.
He's the best. He's the best guy to fight.
You feel like he could be a serial killer if he's not completely fighting rats in New York City.
Hey, Morgan, I see you brought your rubbers.
Jesus, Artie.
Morgan brought his rubbers. Here lies Molly McGee.
The movie made my skin crawl.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for that to happen to me. I was like, I was so creeped out. That's
every review of my films.
When they were dissecting the rats.
In New Orleans. Oh, it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
That's a dirty town, New Orleans, man. It's been around for too long.
There you go. There's a shot. And the stuff they're pulling out of these rats.
What are they pulling out? Well, so they pulled out. So before this, they pulled out all of these worms that were inside the lungs and inside the livers. So all of these, they're like this. So there's a tapeworm. Right. There's all types of that one. All these different type of worms that can spread various diseases from leptospirosis to Zika, you name it. And so that
y'all know me.
Yeah. Right. And
I earn a living.
So that amazing thing they pull out of the chest right there is a bot fly, where basically a fly will land an egg, like a larva on your neck, and it'll like burrow into your skin.
I'm talking about a larva.
And humans can get them, and like this is one of the greatest, grossest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's disgusting.
I'll chase them for 3, but I'll catch them. We're gonna need a bigger rat. This rat will swallow you whole. Right. Little chewing, little tenderizing. Down you go.
Now, when is this on, Morgan?
Cringing.
It's on Discovery Saturday.
Premieres Saturday night on Discovery.
It's so good, man.
No, thanks.
Why do you go with Discovery?
When we first started pitching the film out, like it was one of the very first places we went to, and we said, and they wanted to get back into doing big, noisy documentaries. John Hoffman, who used to be at HBO Films and would do like huge kind of event docs there, would do like the multi-miniseries docs.
Right.
Came in to take over, and so we pitched it to him first, and like he said yes in like a second. He's like, that's awesome. Exactly what we want to do, and he said, make what you want to make. We're on board, and they just let us run with it to make it as weird as we want, as dark as we want.
Weird, you should go like, you ever fuck a rat? You ever make love to a rat, Morgan? Well, you're gonna know. This rat's got a butt fly in it, and it's about to be in you.
Paul pointed out that
I'm gonna fuck you with a rat.
That you got rat noises throughout the whole film too.
Yeah.
You could hear like kind of like what feels like rat feet through
and that's the best is when you watch it with like surround sound. You'll be watching it and you'll hear things around you and beside you, because what makes horror movies great isn't what you see, it's everything you don't see.
Yeah.
And so like the sound design in this movie is so great because there's so much that just builds up.
It really is, man.
It builds up to the moments that you're watching stuff, but before that there's so much happening that just builds the tension and the excitement and the fear, and it's awesome.
At the end, you should just kill Sammy the Bull Gravano. And going after this rat.
And they went around the world. And there's guys in India. The
night rat killers.
Yeah, they put their sandals on. The government basically says if you're going to hunt rats, get some gloves and some proper footwear. They go out with sandals and a stick.
It's amazing.
And the whole night they're killing rats. And
you got your gloves, Missy?
All they got is a net. They trap the rats and then they're breaking their necks.
You're a Nancy. You're a Nancy with a glove.
Right. Because they don't want the blood everywhere. And then they get money for the...
They put them in a sack. And so they put them in a sack and they carry around this sack of dead rats all night. And they have to get 30 rats per guy. And then if you get 30 rats per guy, they'll make anywhere from like $5 to $10 for the night.
What do they do with the rats?
Well, then the city disposes of them.
Imagine getting between that guy's 29th and 30th rat. God damn it. That's a guy who's mad. God damn it. Out of my way. You're not standing in between me and a fucking... One more.
When you were following them around all night, did you give them a 20?
Yeah.
20 spot?
No, we
a little bit?
We hooked those guys up for letting us go out with them. Yeah, we totally hooked those guys up.
Best thing I ever saw a cop do in New York, man, was about 1992. I was struggling doing comedy, and I took the train in from New Jersey. I was walking up to 7th Avenue on the Penn Station side, the 7th Avenue side of Penn Station, and there was a bunch of people gathered around a corner looking at something in the corner, and there was a rat on its hind legs, like the size of a cat. I was like looking like this, and the people were kind of scared of it. An Irish cop with his mustache and a big beer gut walked up to the fucking thing like the outlaw Josie Wales. Took out his nightstick and just went boom, hit it in the head twice, boom, and then backhand, boom, and the fucking rat bled and just dropped.
Wow.
And then the guy wiped the nightstick between his legs and said, nothing to see here, move along. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm more impressed with the resiliency of the rat. 3 hits, though.
3 hits.
Well, the third one was a little like, anti-rat.
Anti-rat. My favorite part of the movie was when, I think it was Cambodia, they're collecting rats live.
Where they catch them in the rice fields.
In the rice fields, and how that whole thing builds, and then halfway through you're like, no.
In Cambodia, another name for this film is Dinner.
That's right. That's where he was going.
Yeah. But how it slowly develops, you don't know that at first, and then this one guy really just wants a lot of live rats, so they bring it to the one guy, and he's paying for the rats, and you're like, where's this going? And then he puts them all on a moped, stacks them up, and then he goes to the border of Vietnam, and then that's when I'm going, no. Wow. And then you see a lady, and you see her pots on the wall, and then you see her pretty much just take a cleaver out, chop off the legs, chop off the tail, chop off the head.
It looks like chicken.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Skins them, and then prepares them, and then she's putting out beautiful rat dishes for the people.
Yeah, and it smells amazing. Like she cooks them with like lemongrass. I mean, it smells phenomenal. Nobody on the crew, nobody enjoyed the fine rat cuisine while we were there, because we I don't know if it was a mistake, but it was probably a blessing. We filmed all the New Orleans stuff before we went to Vietnam. Okay. So by the time we already seen what was pulled out of the rats, we were like, no, I think we're good. Yeah, I think I'm all right.
But how that scene builds, man, I mean, it just shows what kind of filmmaker you are.
When it jumps out like Jason in the fucking Friday the 13th. They got to jump like that.
Yeah.
You know? Look at that guy.
And they just love
Is that Emerald?
It's amazing.
Ben, we're going to make rats today. Who needs a rat?
But all those big cages in the pictures, that's exact. So they stack those up on the back of a moped, and the guy that takes them across the border has like 15 of those stacked up on the back of his moped.
Hundreds and hundreds of live rats.
Much like you would say a chicken truck.
They won't, because if you bring them to the market or you sell them to a restaurant dead, they won't buy them.
Right. Because you got to kill them.
Because they're like, well, then what happened to them? Were they poisoned? Did you find on the side of the road? Is this roadkill? Right. Like, what is it? Like, because they won't eat it. But
you killed that rat.
They have to come in live. They have to be fresh. They won't eat the rats in Vietnam. They will only bring the ones from across the border in Cambodia because they're like free range rats. They grow up in the rice fields. Like this.
It's true. It's true. When you cook it, does that kill everything in the rat?
When you cook it, it'll when they cook it up, it burns. Like it cleans up almost all those things.
Same with chicken. The botfly just sits in there, just
salmonella. The botfly will go away, but it's like all the other things, like anything like rickettsia or salmonella, like all that will burn away. Like when you cook it up. Same with chicken.
Well, at WNEW, we cooked rats and served it to listeners. Something you can't do on the radio anymore. And we had two.
Those were the days.
We had two chefs.
Fucking PC police.
That was a rat-em-out rat day back in the day.
We had two chefs, a French chef who was really into it, going, look, I'm going to show you what you can do with a rat, and you're going to like it. And then another guy that just wanted to be on the radio and make it up as he went along. And the French chef, killed the animal the right way, and the other guy slamming it on the table, doesn't even know how to kill this thing. It's guts and blood everywhere.
I'll show you how to cook a rat.
Long story short, the French chef prepared in such a way, and the listeners tried it, and people went back for seconds.
Amazing.
4 seconds to eat rat.
Incredible. When we just premiered the film, first we premiered it at Midnight Madness at the Toronto Film Festival, and then after that we went to Fantastic Fest, which is an amazing film festival started by Tim League of the Alamo Drafthouse, and it's like this all genre film festival, all these like genre films, horror films, gore films, great like exploitation films, you name it. It's like it is such good movies. And so we took the film down there, and before the film premiered, they have an executive chef at the Alamo Drafthouse that he sourced out water rat. Like, where could you get rat in the States that they would actually send it to him? Right. And so he cooked rat for the whole theater for the people to eat before the movie, which was amazing.
Sourced out water rat. So people were just eating it before the film.
So they gave out the food. Hey, we got you guys something to eat before the film. So people just start eating. And he goes, by the way, you're having some rat prepared by our executive chef. And all of a sudden people were like, oh, but it was so good. It was delicious.
Did you try it?
I tried it. He basically cooked it. It was like, it looked like pulled pork. That's true. Right. It looked like pulled pork, and it had like the consistency of almost like a pulled pork, and he curried it a little bit.
I would have been pissed off.
It tasted phenomenal.
I would have been pissed off.
You would have been mad if they didn't tell you ahead of time.
But it got better because
you gotta know what you're eating,
Yeah, even after they ate it.
This is Chipotle.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
I didn't have to. I'm not saying. I knew he would say something, and you would be next. I knew that was going to happen.
But more than half the audience were still just eating. They're like, it's pretty good.
You ever kill a rat for Chipotle?
Man,
I got Morgan. It really is unbelievable. I was rushing around today, and they sent me it, and I wasn't going to watch it because I was in a rush, and then I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh, awesome, man! Thank you.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah, I was supposed to get it somehow or another. I got left off that email. Seriously, I was supposed to get it last. I walked in there like, "What'd you think?" I'm like, "I didn't fucking get it. Come on." And
by the way, so Mike Rowe did the whole terriers hunting rats thing for CNN. Mm-hmm. You blew him away with your terrier scene.
It's like, what they do in New York
and
is
I love Mike Rowe, but you took it to the next level.
What they do in England is very different than what happens in New York City. Like the dogs in England, they really go at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they hire these. Is it a company or is it just a club?
No, it's a guy who basically has all these Sealyums, which are these little white dogs, and he also has Jack Russell Terriers, rat terriers, that you basically call him up, and he'll show up at your farm with his 20+ dogs.
Wow.
And then other people who are like part of this like dog group will also show up with their dogs, all dressed to the nines, you know, and they're like
they're hunting fox.
Like they're hunting fox. They're all dressed up, and then they let the dogs go and just watch these little dogs go after the rats, and they rip the rats to shreds. It's amazing.
The dogs go?
Yeah, they get really aggressive. They're doing a tug of war with a live rat, ripping them to shreds.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
It really was. And that guy was a character, too.
Oh, that guy's incredible.
Well, how can these guys not be characters?
How does this guy not have his own reality show?
Yeah, this guy's made for a show. This guy's made to have his own show.
They have the guys that always take their dogs dogs down to Texas and Arkansas killing the hogs.
Oh my
this
God.
is a mini version of that, really.
Yeah, when you see these dogs, so right there, there's what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dogs, 6 dogs,
1 rat,
6 dogs.
People around it like it's an NFL debate. Just watching them.
The people just hanging out, laughing, and enjoying it is that's what was creepy too.
Well, if you got to believe in reincarnation, if that rat was Hitler, I'm fine with it. Like,
well, there you go.
That was such a different, awkward angle. Perfect. I like it.
Well, that's how the movie. That's how we. One of the stories in the film that we talk about is a temple in India, in Rajasthan, where they have the night rat killers in Mumbai who go out and kill these rats with sticks and nets in their bare hands. 12 hours north in Rajasthan, there is a very different, kind of outlook. It's a Hindu temple, and it's the rat temple where they honor the rats, they feed the rats. There's 35,000 rats.
Honor the rats?
Yeah, they don't kill them.
35,000 rats in this rat temple. They don't kill them, and their belief is that when we die as humans, we come back as the rat. And so they're like, this is our family. These are my grandparents. These are my great-grandparents. So we have to take care of them.
I was Ghandi. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. I look like a rat. I used to be fucking Ghandi.
Oh, so look at this picture.
I saved 250,000 you motherfuckers.
Look at the baby and
look
the rat.
Look at the baby.
Don't step on me. I was Ghandi.
What the fuck? You're giving me to the dogs.
Right.
I saved your ass.
This is amazing. So people put their bodies like
Morgan's talking through it.
They're drinking their milk, like they drink the rat milk with the rats. They eat
drinking
the food.
Ghandi.
It is unbelievable.
That's not rat. It's milk.
That's milk.
Okay,
but floating on the top of it, you can see like the pee and the turds.
Right.
So how long before that child was eaten? Was somebody on it? Let me tell you, we're going to eat this kid. I'm going to eat this kid. He's going to come back as my assistant. I owned a 7-Eleven in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He was Ghandi. You motherfuckers.
But 35,000 rats at the temple, and the people are just moving among them. And the rats are pretty much walking over their feet and stuff.
The self-esteem, that's what your people believe. You come back as a rat?
Like, why a rat as opposed to a dog?
Yeah, or something.
Chicken,
right.
Why a rattlesnake
as opposed to a copperhead. Come back as having a fun life. Come back as fucking that Paris Hilton's brother. That's fucking dick. Come back as Scott Disick.
That would be a dream.
I could have been Scott Disick.
Yeah, go ahead, have another glass.
Morgan's
I'm getting back into the scotch.
The mention of Scott Disick made him have another scotch.
Morgan's like, I'm staying for a while.
That's how Dicky.
Not a bad life, guys. Not a bad life.
Me and Vic get funnier if you drink.
That's true. That is
what comedy club better.
That's a damn fact.
I could have been married to that Kardashian.
I didn't think you were going to give away the temple scene, but right on, man. Yeah, it's incredible.
I played for Temple.
I would have spoiler ruined that one because I saw that. That was
it's
featured.
So good.
I saw it on, I don't know, it might have been Ricky Gervais' show when they sent Idiot Abroad. It might have been there, but I'm not sure the first time
I went to the rat temple.
Maybe. It's me clicking around. It's hard for me to nail down, except when I'm watching Morgan, anything he's
Were you skeeved out at the temple?
I mean, there's plenty of places where you get skeeved out, especially there because you're like walking around barefoot. Like, and we put on socks. So I was like, I'm not walking around by bare feet. So we put on. They said you can wear some socks. It'll be fine. But it's still, it's gross.
I've got a butt fly up my ass. I was Ghandi. What's the matter? Put your socks on, Mr. Big Shot.
I went to the Toronto International Film Festival for the first time 2 years ago, and I had a blast.
It's amazing. What a great festival.
Who gives a shit?
I was going to ask you about it. How was the experience?
I'm a goddamn rat.
I can't with them.
Who gives me what to some festival? I'm eating my own shit. I was Ghandi and I've got a butt fly in my throat. This motherfucker from Duke is telling stories about a festival. Have another scotch. My fucking wife is still here, screaming at me as a rat. As a rat. Yeah, as a rat. Oh, you were fucking annoying as a human. And this uppity Spurlock's putting on socks. Sorry, buddy. Am I too dirty for you? I guess I got dirty saving every goddamn motherfucker in India. Good movie.
Good movie.
Could have made a movie about me when I was a goddamn person. The rats. Motherfuckers. I'm eating my own shit with a butt fly.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Do we have tickets to the premiere?
Yeah.
I bet not. I bet you went bare feet to the premiere, you motherfucker. An angry router used to be Ghandi.
The botfly screaming that he was Malcolm X.
Oh, wow. We're getting deep.
Let's just stop. We're going to drop the mic on that one. That'll end it here.
That's
He was Malcolm X. By any means necessary.
I think we sold your movie there, Morgan. I think it's going to do all right.
I think we're going to do all right.
Now you just
well done, guys.
I want to check it out.
Thank you.
I'm the Indian Ebert. I give it a thumbs up right up your ass.
Why only 35,000 rats at the temple? If they produce so quickly, you would think it'd be up into the hundreds of thousands.
I saved 600,000 people. You're low on the rats.
That's a good question. I think that's probably just their best estimate, knowing how many there are. They probably don't even know for sure.
Right.
It's like, and I'm sure once rats reach a certain number within a communal area, they will stop reproducing, and if they have babies, they will eat the babies if there's not enough food to support them.
Oh, that's good news.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm in this society. Well, I never thought to say the starving Indian people, just eat your babies. I never thought of that one.
That's what Chris Christie decided to do for the starving children of New Jersey.
He said, Chris Christie said, do what I do, eat everything. Stop the traffic at the bridge and eat every goddamn thing in sight. You motherfuckers. Did I mention I was Ghandi?
Morgan, you might have to create a Ghandi character.
I think that's
if
next.
You want to go,
I think that's I see a spin-off. I see a spin-off coming on immediately.
That'll be part of the extras.
That's right. Exactly.
No,
my wife is telling me to do something. Sorry, honey.
That's right.
You remake Ben.
That's right.
With Ghandi as Ben.
So, the thought of that is, when you think about religion and stuff, like, if they really think that's true, they come back as rats. Like, Gandhi's a rat.
Yeah.
Like, what is
exactly.
and he's got to have, that's a legitimate bitch.
You can't be happy about that.
Listen, I'm in line. What the fuck? I kick in the head of the line. Do I have to fight for a butt rat?
So the question, how many rats are in New York City? They say it's, there's more than people, right?
It's millions. Yeah, I mean, and
well, since Henry Hill left.
The city says there's not as many as there's one per person, but every exterminator you talk to they say yeah, there's at least one per person.
Right.
You see a person, there's a rat assigned to that person.
All in the sewers, all in the sewers down low.
Well, the city wouldn't let us shoot in the sewers, which was amazing. So we ended up shooting in the sewers of Paris, which were filled with rats.
That's right.
But the fact that New York City wouldn't let us in, we're like, well, why won't you let us shoot that? It's a big safety concern.
Dude, I could have got you.
And I'm like, sure, it's a safety concern.
I got my Urban Explorer friends. We could have got you in the sewers.
Yeah,
Urban Explorer.
Yeah, we could have got you down there.
In New York, everybody from Staten Island comes back as a rat. Hey, motherfucker! You goddamn rat! I'll kick your dick through your coat. You motherfucking piece of shit.
Where do you go to see the rats in New York City? Where's a good spot?
Oh my God, there's so many.
That game.
There's a park down next to Chinatown, Columbus Park. It's right down, like Lower East Side.
Remind me to never go there.
And it is filled with rats. Filled with rats. And at nighttime, because it's not just filled with rats, and the city comes and baits and poisons and tries to take care of them, but the Buddhist temple there, like the people who go to the Buddhist temple also leave food out for the rats because they want to make sure that they have food and that they're taken care of. So they'll leave piles of rice, and all of a sudden the city's like, stop doing that. But they're like, no, we're going to keep putting food out for them.
Because they think it's part of their religion?
They feel like they should. They feel like they should, take care of their rats.
You feed a rat once, they come back, man.
Yeah. And so that is a very ratty park down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and amazingly enough, the park right across from City Hall Park, is filled with rats.
Wow.
So what is New York doing to clean it up? Are they doing anything?
Well, the biggest thing they're trying to do right now is figure out how to control the garbage. Because if you can get rid of the garbage, you can get rid of the rats. Because that is the thing. Like, you're giving them food every morning and every night.
You need the mafia for that.
That's right.
Well, that's never going to stop.
Well, the key is you got to figure out better containers to put the garbage in outside of buildings, so it's sealed up. Like, because now they've got these things, these metal containers that are they're like they're compactors. There's no way to get inside of them. Like, you put something in and it seals up automatically.
Wow, yeah.
They're called like Fat Boys or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Big boys.
Henley is a child.
they're popping up. Yeah, they're popping up all over the city.
I was fat kid.
Don't fat shame the rats.
They're
Is this allowed? Is it goofy on rats? Is that allowed?
They're big boned rats.
But the black garbage bags aren't getting it done. Because they're just popping a hole in that, and they got plenty of fucking food and great shots of them coming out of the sewers right into the bags. Oh my God.
That's a big city with so many people living on top of each other. What do you do?
You're never gonna, well, that's the thing is you're never going to eradicate all of them. They're never all going to go away.
Yeah.
And what you can do is you can control it. You can make sure that there's not a lot. But the thing is, like, when you only see one, whenever you see that one, that's the weak one. They send the weak one out to go find the food, to go find water, shelter.
Go find the food.
Who's the weak one? What character is the weak one?
Not me.
Give me, like, it's Prince?
Hey, send my wife out. Hey, bitch, go get the food. The weak one this week.
The weak one will try out the poison and all that shit.
That's right.
So they're that smart where they go, wait, there's something foreign in our area, so they send the weak one to test out
the weak one. The weak one.
Like, I'm not going to try it. You try it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mikey, you try it.
You try it, and then he drops dead, and they're like, okay, and then they pee on it, and then they know to leave it the fuck alone.
We're out of food. Why don't you go, Donnie?
I'm obsessed with rats. That book got me going, and now this movie by Morgan Spurlock. Anything that you had to just leave out of the film for whatever reason?
No, I mean, like, we were really, really surgical in the stuff. Like, nothing we shot in Paris, like, made it in. Like, none of the, like, we filmed at this amazing, in the movie Ratatouille, you know, you see this rat murder, this rat exterminator that has all these rats hanging in the window. Yeah. That place really exists. That's been there for 100+ years. And so we filmed with the owner of that place and talked about killing rats and how they killed them there. And then we went into the sewers with, like, the people who control the rats in the sewers of Paris. And it was one of those, like, it was a scene, but it wasn't, like, a good scene compared to everything else. It was it was interesting, but it wasn't great.
Pat Oswalt did not do a good job.
That's right.
Fuck him. That motherfucker. He looks like a lesbian. He's playing a rat. All the rats when he came out. I said, fuck that guy. This is Hollywood's version of a rat. Where's Brad Pitt? Where's Ben Kingsley? He played me in the movie.
Well,
I think he's Puerto Rican now.
It's going to be on Discovery Saturday at what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
Saturday.
I'm definitely going to check it out.
9 o'clock. That's appointment. Set your DVR. Motherfucker.
I got to ask you before you leave, any other documentaries you like these days? Don't say that Dear Zach.
No. It's like I loved the Wiener doc. The Wiener doc was fantastic.
Yeah.
The movie about Anthony Weiner.
I haven't seen that one.
You got to watch that film. That film is like,
that's great.
It's incredible. It's like just to watch this guy's collapse, you know, over the course of this.
Well, we're mad. We're mad we weren't in it because we were the ones that finally got the dick picture out.
Yeah,
it was me and Anthony.
Yeah.
We had Breitbart in here, and he's like showing us on his phone, and he was stupid enough to hand the phone off to Anthony, and then we're taking pictures and we threw it up online.
I can't wait.
We're the ones that got it out there.
I can't wait for his kids' book.
You see the Amanda Knox doc?
I haven't seen the Amanda Knox doc yet.
Amazing.
Yeah,
she was
that's
Amanda
awesome.
Knox.
She was the one in Germany.
France.
That's right.
No,
That's
Germany.
right.
Yeah.
Germany, right?
No, Italy.
Italy. I'm sorry. Italy.
Yeah,
She was kidnapped or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing movie that's opening next week that I'm going to the premiere for tonight. That's why I'm like wearing a suit. Wow. Otherwise I wouldn't be wearing one.
So we have a movie
in the afternoon. That's why. So we've got a movie called Eagle Huntress that premiered at Sundance and went to Telluride, Toronto, and now it's coming out in theaters next week. That is all about this 13-year-old girl whose father bucks 2,000 years of tradition to teach her how to become an eagle hunter. Where they basically capture eagles out of nests, raise them, and then teach them how to hunt foxes and rabbits. And so here's this little 13-year-old girl with this giant golden eagle on her arm. It is one of the most amazing, inspiring, like, girl power movies you'll ever see. I tell anybody who has kids to go see this film. It is spectacular. It's the only G movie we've ever made.
A girl powering movie?
It's
Boards need more good publicity these days.
This movie's amazing.
It's Whale Rider. It's Whale Rider with eagles.
With eagles, yeah.
Sorry.
If the eagle was Ron Jaworski.
Whale Rider is amazing. So if you like Whale Rider, if you want to see Whale Rider,
then you are going to love Eagle Huntress.
Morgan has never done something bad. In all seriousness, he's about 1,000. After your first movie, I had to go to McDonald's for 2 days.
As
long as he's never been at McDonald's.
The way if you remember how we met, I did something. You were my buddy Mike Stafford. You remember Mike?
That's right. Well, we talked about they were talking about Beer League, pre-Beer League being made
a long time ago, like 1992 or something.
Yeah.
And you interviewed me for something, and I said to my buddy Mike, I said, "Whether this project gets off or not, that kid's going to be something. That's a go-getter.
That kid's going to jail.
No.
And I went. You didn't.
How'd that happen?
But no, it's I'd see anything Morgan was involved with, man.
Yeah, everything you've done, it's been great.
Well, I love coming back. You guys have been awesome to me for so long. It's been fantastic.
Well, we try. You liking the scotch?
I like the scotch.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
Artie, how you liking the scotch?
Oh, I love the scotch.
It smells amazing.
Why don't you get a rat drunk too, huh? You could spread that rumor that I drink now. Fuck off. Ghandi became a rat and he's an alcoholic. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
We got 4 cameras in here to prove that Artie's not drinking.
He is not drinking.
He's not drinking water.
Listen, he brought his own vodka in a Fiji bottle.
There you go.
See, he's an investigative reporter. There you go. What's your next documentary? Is this water? I gotta feel like a Bill Curtis, like, here on American Justice. Is this water? Or is it vodka? Yeah, well,
So we got to get you out of here?
I stopped drinking in front of people.
Yeah, I think I got to split.
Oh, all right. Why don't we take a break? We'll take a little group picture and we'll do more radio. But Morgan Spurlock, Rats, Discovery Channel this Saturday night. I'm telling you, it plays like a horror movie.
It's great.
It's wonderful.
It really is good.
It's great. Anybody else need a quick plug, or we'll just take a break? Or?
No, I agree. These 2 guys came in bonerific happy about this. I have not seen the 2 of them jacked up about anything in forever. So I regret that I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to check it out Saturday.
We'll take you to the bathroom for 15 minutes?
No, not going.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then...
spin class I teach in Lafayette.
Quick break. We'll be back. Stay there.